All right, we're here. We're going to try to make a video today. A new kind of video. Um, this is going to be called an analysis. Analysis session, or just let's call it, maybe let's call it impromptu analysis. I don't know. I don't know the name yet, but this is a new type of video about another book, another piece of literature that a student of mine is reading here in Japan. It's pretty amazing. We're finished with grammar, finished with the normal topics. We're going into literature, and we've done summarizing, which is, we've done summaries, which is basically, what happened, right? Or do you remember? Did you read it? Do you remember it? Can you, and then can you communicate it to someone else? Right? That's kind of I think that's the goal of summarizing. Now, this is, the next level is to analyze, which is also hard to find the meaning on, what does that mean? And it gives other words, to interpret, to evaluate, to those are also words that are difficult to explain. They kind of, I guess they mean the same thing, but to analyze, I think, ask the question, who cares? Who cares about this? Or why is this important? Or why should I care? What can I learn from this? What can I learn? How does this help my life? Why should I know this? So yeah, of course, to get to this stage, you have to have a good English level, or a good understanding of, do you remember what happened? Who was it? Where was it? What? When? You have to have that. And then from there, from your summary, you can ask questions, why? Okay, what do I do with this? What do I do with this information? Okay, and so hopefully this video won't be too long, but that's basically the goal here, to analyze. And this is absolutely the more important stage, or more important level. You want to get to this level for anything in your life, for your job, for business, or anything. You have to take some information and try to question, okay, well, so what? Who cares? So what? Right? And so this is a new book. This book is, oh, I got it here. Oh, there you go. I got it here. This is called Scorpions. Oops, misspelled the name. Scorpions by Walter Dean Myers. And I read this book a long time ago. I remember the title, and I remember the some of the characters, but I didn't really know what it meant. I didn't know what was important about it, so I wanted to read it again. It's kind of a maybe high school or junior high school level book, and I'm reading it now, and I was shocked. I was really surprised by how interesting it is, and the writing style has lots of things to analyze that we can talk more about. And so what I'm going to do, this is the impromptu analysis. I of course I have to summarize it a little bit, and then more focus on the analysis. So let's give you a little synopsis. What is that? It means super short story. Well, what is this? So this is a book about some children. I'm only on chapter 4, but I'm pretty sure it's New York, and I think it's the 1980s. So let's say it's New York City, 1980s, I think. And it's about a family. There's a family, and the main character seems to be, his name is Jamal. Okay. So anyway, that's not even really a synopsis, but basically, it's about a boy named Jamal. He's in the seventh grade, which is junior high school in the United States. It's pretty sure it's in New York. I don't think it says it, and also the timing is about I think 1980s in that time. Okay, and um, and yeah, it's about a family so far. But anyway, I think I can start it out by just going into a little summary. Okay, so I'm just going to start writing what I remember. Okay, so Jamal is waiting late at night for his mother to come home from work with his sister, with his younger sister named Sassy, which is kind of a funny, unusual name. And well, actually, let's introduce Jamal. So, a boy named Jamal is waiting late at night. Waiting up late at night. Come home late at night. Where? In an apartment for his mother to come home from work with his younger sister named Sassy. When she finally arrives, she is exhausted and sits in a chair. Um, it's about midnight. I think it's about midnight. Okay. Jamal, he observes how different his mother looks compared to his past memories. Okay, so now right at the start, I thought, oh, that's interesting. So this book is about children, but the writer says, well, he looks and he thinks about, he remembers like, wow, this is my mother looks different. And I think there's a good analysis question here, which is just, let's say, what is the significance of Jamal's observations about his mother? So there you go. I had to make my own analysis question, which is just why, in other words, why did the author mention this? Why is this important? Who cares? So what? Why is this in there? So the significance, and again, for my Japanese students, significance means the what is that? Let's just go with the adjective first. Significant. It means important enough to change your mind, or make you think. Right? So significant means some things are not important. Some things are that's important. Some things are significant. Like, okay, stop. What is this? Maybe we should change. Maybe we should think about this more. So it's kind of it means very important. So what is the significance? Meaning, yeah, why is this important? Why should we stop and think about it? So I'm going to impromptu. I'm going to try to improvise. I've got an idea what I want to say. So let's I'll usually use my EX here. And I'm going to say, children, look to their parents and home. Because they look at their parents as a symbol of stability. Okay, I'm going to say, yeah, that's my main point. That, young children, their parents, every day, my mother's there, my father's there, every day's the same. That's my feeling of safety. Let's see, stability, and feel safe when their lives at home are routine and have a sense of normalcy, right? Things are normal. This is my normal life. So, for example, when something changes, like if, oh, my mom's not home, where is she? It's kind of panicking. You have a little moment of panic. Or, you know, yeah, my mother has to go to the hospital. That's not normal. I go to the hospital when I'm sick, but I can't imagine my mother or my father going to hospital. That's very strange. So children look at their parents, some simply feel safe, sense of normalcy. Jamal, however, is very young, but already is, you know, has observed how much his mother has changed. And this is a good point. I'll put the passage in here. Let's look at that. Okay, so from the text, I took this out, copy this in, see if I can make it a little bigger, put some highlighter on it. So starting here, Jamal liked the way Mama had looked before she had let her hair grow out. So that means before her hair was short, and now she let it grow out longer. To him, she had looked like the African women he had seen in magazines, strong and pretty. So again, she used to be strong and pretty, and the same deep brown as he was. So I guess that same skin. Her hair had grown out with patches of gray, so he sees there's some gray hair in there in the back, and one just over her forehead. So gray in the back, one in the forehead. She looked older than before. Now that, yeah, really was significant to me. Like when a child recognizes or observes my mother looks older than I remember. Like that's a pretty strong image. She looked older than before. All the trouble with Randy. Now this is the first time this character Randy is introduced. Who's Randy? Well, we don't know yet. Okay. So let's see. Finish my answer. Jamal was very young, but already has observed how much his mother has changed. So, we can gather from this that, Jamal could be accustomed to insecurity and just in a lack of stability in his home life. So anyway, I guess who cares about that? I guess I want to say that Jamal he's already, he sees he's staying up late for his mom, and he's already accustomed to kind of a changing or unstable life where maybe it's not the same routine. And of course it says here there's trouble with Randy. So I guess we can gather from this that Jamal he's older. He has some more experience than other kids, than other kids maybe his age. All right, so I think that's a pretty significant moment. He says she looks older. Okay, now I'm gonna say how many more of these I can do. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'll do one more. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna keep going. So now that finishes that portion. I think that's pretty much all that happens. But let's go. So oops. Why is this like that? There we go. The next morning, at breakfast, I'm trying to remember what happens. Next morning at breakfast, Jamal's mother asks him if he is going to meet with Mac, who is an associate, friend, I don't know, of his older brother Randy, who's in prison. Okay, this is a complicated part, so let's go slowly. The next morning, Jamal's mother asks him if he is going to meet with Mac. Who is that? Who is an associate of little brother Randy? Who is that? Who is in prison? Jamal says he has no plan to speak to him. No plan to speak with him, but his mother probes further how involved Jamal is with him. Look at that. Yeah, so 3 characters. I have to be careful of. Jamal says he, that's Jamal, has no plan to speak to him. Him is Mac. But his mother, that's the mom, probes further, asking how involved Jamal is with him. So he says, oh, Jamal's mother asks him, prison. Why? Because, this is really complicated. I guess, yeah, in the book, yeah, Randy says something about Mac, but in the end, the mother is like, are you going to talk to him? How do you know him? How much do you know him? Okay. And I think, yeah, the reader gathers that Mac is a member of the gang called the Scorpions, and we can and he gathers the gang of Scorpions, and that Randy's trouble is connected with this gang. Is connected. Yeah, it's connected. We'll just say that. So I don't really remember, but it's yeah, okay. So Mac is gang, Scorpions is a gang, Randy's his friend. Is Randy a gang member? We're not really. I think that is what it's pointing to. During breakfast, a pigeon appears on the windowsill, and then flies away. So yeah, this was another kind of moment where, well, wait, what? We're having this kind of heavy conversation here about kind of the point of the book, I think, about gangs and family, and just hardship, difficulty. But then suddenly this talking about a pigeon, a bird, appears on the windowsill, and then flies away. This windowsill, and Jamal wants to feed it some bread before, but it flies away. So yeah, just to suddenly kind of like, oh, there's a bird. Let's look at the bird. But again, like why is that important? So again, the question is, what is the significance of the pigeon in the window? So this one, I thought this would be another good chance to understand, why did the author put this in? Who cares? So what? So I'm going to improvise what I thought was a good, what I took away from it was the pigeon looks into, the pigeon sees them through the window, but Jamal says that that's it. I want to cut that out. Let's say the pigeon is at the window, and Jamal says that it has no idea that they are inside. So Jamal says, "Oh, it's just a bird sitting somewhere. It doesn't know we can see it. It doesn't know there's a window there." Okay, but his mother says it knows, meaning no, it knows. it sees us. So that was also like, well, why does she say that? Um, Now this kind of suggests that maybe the bird is this maybe the bird is observing them through the glass, much like how, let's say, Mama, I don't even know her name, Mama, had to speak to her son Randy when she visited him in prison. So that's, I'm making a jump there, that Jamal says, childlike, says, oh, it's there, it doesn't see us. Mama says, no, it knows, it can see us. And maybe this means, it suggests that maybe the bird is observing them through the glass, much like how Mama had to speak to her son Randy when she visited him in prison. Um, it seems like it could be that Jamal's mother also feels like she is in a kind of prison that she cannot escape from, as the bird can, as the bird eventually does, flying away to wherever it likes. So is that good enough? That's a little improvised analysis. So I think there's kind of a symbolism there that it's, the bird represents how it's looking at them. She was looking at her son, but in that case, Randy was the prisoner, and his mother was free. But in this case, the bird is watching them, and she can't get away. She's stuck there too. So anyway, let's see it. Let me go over this. Pigeons at the window, and Jamal says no idea that they're inside, but his mother says it knows. This suggests that maybe the bird is observing them through the glass. Yeah, it could be that Jamal's mother also feels like she is in a kind of prison she escaped from, as the bird eventually does, by flying away to wherever it likes, anywhere. Right? So anyway, we might wrap up this video. There you go. Yeah. So let's put this passage in. Let's look at the original text. So a brown and white pigeon flew onto the ledge of the closed window. Jamal put his finger to his lips, then indicated the presence of the bird with a nod of his head. The pigeon walked from one side of their window to the other. Jamal could see other pigeons lined up on the building across the street. They sat in groups of twos and threes, nearly motionless, so they're in little groups. In the hard October sun, their gray bodies looking like stones on the edge of the roof. So it's October. I didn't know that. Jamal says, he don't even know we here. So just saying, oh, look, we can look at the birds, and the bird doesn't know. Mama says he know. The bird knows. So she says the opposite. No, which kind of sounds like the bird's watching us. There was something about Mama's voice, something that made her sound tired, even though the day was just starting. So again, Jamal, he can observe, well, what do you mean? So that was my takeaway there, that she has a totally different interpretation or idea of the birds than her son, who, yeah, is still a boy. He still just enjoys looking at the birds, and she says, no, it's looking at us. It knows we're here. Just like, and maybe, yeah, I thought that's what it kind of made me think of. That I thought that was significant. It made her remember how she was looking at Randy, her son, and also she's trapped and she can't get away either, or maybe they can't. Their whole family can't get away. So anyway, that's 25 minutes. Yeah, there we go. Maybe that's about enough. I only did 2 questions, so maybe I can do more. as we continue. All right, so we'll see you in the next video.